Hello everyone, this is Vanessa Black from VanessaKnits.com. Today I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial for my free crochet pattern, the One Skein Wonder. You can find it on Ravelry under my pattern shop, VanessaKnits 615. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started making your One Skein Wonder crocheted scarf, you're going to need 4 things. The first is a size G or 4mm crochet hook. Today I'm going to be using this beautiful bloodwood hand-turned crochet hook. It was actually made by a local artisan who happens to be really local to me. He's about 20 minutes away. His name is Scott Foster, and he does handcrafted wood-turned pieces. He has a shop on Etsy. I'm going to put the card here so you can see. It's adsywoodcraft.etsy.com. So that's the first thing, size G, 4mm hook. The second thing you're going to need is about 220 yards of a sport weight yarn. Today I'm going to be using this hand-beaded, hand-dyed silk yarn. This one is an ombre colorway. It's got dark gray, light gray, and kind of a cream color. This type of yarn is available for purchase in my shop. The website is VanessaKnits.com. The third thing you're going to need is a large eye blunt needle to weave in the ends, and finally a scissor. So I'm going to show you a finished One Skein Wonder scarf so you can get a sense of what it looks like, not just from the pictures. So you see here, it's really lacy. It's got an open stitch work, which is really nice for the summer months, or if you live in a warmer climate and you want an accessory but you don't want to get overheated. Personally, it's just my opinion, but because this is such a simple stitch, I think it's a nice idea to use a really interesting yarn, whether it be one that is self-striping, one that has, like this one, beads, one that has texture. Because this is such an easy knit, you can really let the yarn do all of the work and just, work while you're watching TV. This took me 2 evenings to do while watching Scandal. So it's a really easy piece. You can be done in a matter of hours. And it's lightweight. This, using my yarn, it's about not even 4 ounces, so really light. But any type of sport weight, 220 yards will work. Okay, so the other thing I want to mention is I'm on Ravelry. I'm VanessaKnits 615. So if you want to print out the pattern and have it with you after you watch the tutorial, definitely do that. It's just a really quick and easy 2-pager. Again, it's VanessaKnits 615. It's a free pattern, and at least you have all the details of what I'm going to go over in front of you. I should also mention the finished size. It's about 54 inches long and just shy of 6 inches wide. The 3 stitches you're going to need to know are the chain stitch, a double crochet, and how to slip 1 stitch. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to chain 31 stitches. So we'll make our slip knot there. And you don't want to make the first row too tight, because your last row tends to be loose, so your first row, you want to make sure it's not tighter than the last, so it kind of evenly matches in tension. So again, 31, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the pattern here so we have it near us. The first row, you're going to double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Now it's important that you don't count the loop that's already on your crochet hook. Okay, so you're going to, this is 1 stitch, this is 2 stitches, and this is the third. You're going to double crochet right in here. Okay, and you're going to chain 1. And what that's going to do is going to create the open space. So when you do that chain 1, you're also going to skip the next stitch and go into the following stitch. So again, double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. So now you've got 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops. And again, you're going to chain 1 and also skip 1. This is what's creating this space right here. Okay, so you've chained 1, you're going to skip this stitch and go into the next stitch. So you yarned over and went through 1, pull through a loop, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, so now you've got this chain 2, a double crochet, a double crochet, a double crochet, and 2 created spaces. So we're going to continue on. I'll go through it one more time and then we'll meet you at the end of the row. So you chain 1, yarn over your hook, skip the next stitch and go into the following one, yarn over, pull through, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So now I will continue and meet you at the end. Okay, so now we have caught back up. We're at the end of row 1. You've got 2 chain stitches left to work. So we're going to, again, yarn over, skip this stitch, and go into the first chain stitch that you actually chained on when you started the project. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got 2 loops left on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. So at the end of row 1, you should have 16 double crochet posts, and that includes the initial chain 2 and 15 chain spaces. So when you are working this, if you want to just count and make sure you've got everything in order, that's how many you should have. Now you're going to turn your work and you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Now, we're not going to be working into the loops up here. We're going to be working into the chain spaces, and that kind of is what creates the lace effect that you see in the scarf. So after you do your chain 2, you're going to yarn over and see this first space right here between the 2 posts. That's where you're going to work your next double crochet. So you've yarned over, you're going to insert your hook into that larger space, pull through a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got 2, oops, that one was a little messy. Let's start again. Yarn over, insert your hook into that space, pull through a loop. You've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Now you're going to chain 1, and you're going to skip this post. You're going to, again, work into this loop right here. So yarn over, insert your hook into this larger space, pull through a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over 1, pull through 2 loops. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. We'll do that again. Yarn over, so you're going to do that chain 1, skip this post, and work into the next opening right here. Yarn over 1, pull through a loop, you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. So you can start to see the pattern taking shape. So continue on, chain 1, yarn over, work in that larger space from the previous row, pull through a loop, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops, you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. So I will continue and meet you at the end of this row, and I will show you the next step. Okay, so now we are at close to the end of row 2, and I wanted to show you the last 2 double crochets just because it can get a little tricky at this point. So you've chained 1 after your last double crochet post, so you're going to yarn over, go into your chain space from the prior row, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. You're going to chain 1. So if you kind of look quickly, you might think, oh, that's the end of, row 2, let me just chain 2 and continue on. But if you do that, you're actually missing a stitch, and I want to point this out because it's helpful to see it. So this was the first chain 2 from the prior row, and this is the first double crochet post. And this spot right here is one of those 15 chain spaces that we're going to work a double crochet post into. So you don't want to forget this one. So you're going to yarn over, go into that tiny space, pull up a loop, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay. What I also like to do is kind of tug at the beginning and end of the work every couple of rows just to make sure the tension is nice and even. So one of the things you can do as you work, just to make sure and double check that you haven't missed any stitches, is you're going to continue having 16 double crochet posts and 15 chain spaces in between them throughout the entire piece. If you miss one, what you're going to notice is your work's going to start getting narrower on one side, so you don't want that to happen. So let's just point them out and make sure we've got them all. So you count this chain 2 at the beginning of your work as one of the 16. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 double crochet posts, and let's make sure we have 15 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and right in here is 15. This is the one that's going to be tricky, so you want to make sure you don't miss this space in between the first chain 2 and the first double crochet posts. So basically the entirety of the pattern is a repeat of row 2. So again, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, work the first double crochet post into this chain space, pull up a loop, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you've got 2 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through both loops, and chain 1. Now you're going to continue doing this until basically you run out of yarn. So this again is 220 yards of a sport weight yarn. For me, I'll just tell you as a reference point, when I finished the entire skein of yarn, it was 113 rows. So you can use any sport weight yarn and just use 220 yards and it'll be around the same size as mine. My finished piece again was 54 inches long and just shy of 6 inches wide. And you can customize this. If you want to just make it longer so you can wrap it around more times, just add on another skein of yarn or use more. You can add another second ball of yarn if you like. So the only other tools, again, that you're going to need are, let me grab it, the scissor and your blunt large eye needle. So when you get to the end of your yarn, You are going to just pull up the yarn and make a knot. You're going to weave that final little piece of yarn through your needle and weave it through your work to kind of hide it. And if there's any remnants, you just chop off the remaining piece of yarn with your scissor and it's ready to be worn. So I hope you enjoyed this free pattern and tutorial. If you have any questions at all, you can feel free to email me. I am at VanessaKnits@gmail.com. And again, you can find me at VanessaKnits.com, and I'm also on Instagram under the same name. I hope you enjoyed it and have a good day.